so much. Now we are done with our first section of prepared speeches, and we are moving to our most interesting section of this meeting table topic. And I would again encourage all guests and maximum Toastmaster to participate in this. TM Parteek is table topic master for today's meeting. He's an IT professional, and me, Parteek, and Paras, we have joined together in this club in July. So, and he loves to sing, dance, travel, and learn new things. Today, he will make us think, speak, and learn today in table topic. Now, over to you, TM Parteek, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Naveen. Welcome everyone. A very good afternoon. It's 12:15. So table topics. This, needless to say, it is the most exciting segment of the entire session. This segment epitomizes the very concept of public speaking. So as we go along, table topic is all about which makes you think on your feet and speak up on a random topic for minimum of 1 minute. But I would recommend you to keep on going with the speaking for 2 minutes. So it is a practice which since it is impromptu speaking, it keeps you it is an exercise and practice which keeps you ready in your day-to-day life for all kind of speaking situations that you may encounter at your work or in personal life. So for the start, I would be needing a volunteer. So who would like to go first? Bhavesh. Toastmaster Bhavesh was the first to raise the hand. Okay, Toastmaster Bhavesh, the pragmatic poet. Since I would like to ask you, let's say, so far in your life, what was the biggest problem you have had to face and you overcome that? Can you please share the experience about that?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Parteek, for that topic. The biggest problem I faced since my childhood that I have always suffered from this speech impediment issue, which is of stammering. And so back in the day when I was in fifth standard, and up till that point in time, I used to read in classes. I used to read the paragraphs of the books in classes to narrate the stories in my class to all my class fellows. And up till that point in time, I was perfectly fine. But one fine day, my teacher asked me to just stand up and read the same paragraph to the entire class. And to my surprise, I was finding it very difficult to pronounce some of the words starting from some alphabets, let's say D or L or S. And I used to stutter really badly. At that point in time, it didn't occur to me that what was happening because I was just in fifth standard. And up till that point in time, I used to narrate the incidents. I used to read out loud in front of the entire class. And I remember this specifically that a guy was just sitting next to me, and just one day before this particular incident happened to me, my teacher asked him to also stand up and read in front of the class, but he was unable to do so because he was underconfident, not because he was facing any kind of speech impediment issue. And to my stupidity, I made fun of him. And the very next day, it happened with me. At that point in time, I didn't believe that this could be a work of karma or this could be a bad, I would say, omen which occurred to me. But in retrospect, in hindsight, when I now think about that situation, I somewhere down the line believe that this particular problem which I have now and which I am slowly trying to, I would say, um, overcome by being in this public speaking platform, I now think that it happened because it was some way of nature or universe or God to keep me grounded, to keep me humble, and to give me this motivation to keep on working on myself and to actually improve my communication skills in front of public, despite me being a childhood stammerer. So that was my story of life problem I've shared. Thank you so much. Over to you, table topic master Pratik.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavesh. A lesson, yeah, for all of us. So who would like to go next?
Ravish.
Yeah, Toastmaster Ravish. So I would like to ask you, since let's say if you were to retire today, right? So what would be your next course of action for the remaining years of the life? You're on mute, Ravish.
Uh, Thanks to give me this topic. I used to think about this, what I will be doing if I'm going to be retired some or other day in the future, right? So my dream or my dream is like when I get retired, I should be having enough money that I shouldn't be worried about my financial situation. But what I will do is I'll just go to some small village, which is my own village. I will have a farmhouse there. I will have some cows there. I will love to live in the nature. I will just have as much. I mean, I will just embrace the nature as much as I can. I will love to sleep in the open sky, and I will love to live a life without any worries. I will love to help the people. I will love to guide the other fellow member, other people, other student, or a kid around me. Maybe I want to set up a example that what we think as a retirement should be different from what we really do. So retirement should be a thing where we do the we become a guide for others. We do whatever we can do for the society, and that's I think I will be doing. Thank you.
Wonderful. Living closer to nature and doing social service. I
Yep,
also
thank you.
want to stay closer to nature, but I had a plan for hill stations. So can we have someone from the guests who might be interested in speaking? Saurabh, uh, T.S. Nivas. Okay, who would like to go next? Paras. Common. Okay. So let's go with Paras first, and then I'll come back to you, Komal. How are you doing today, Paras?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. It's just that I have a bad throat today. So
Sure, I'll look for a simpler topic for you today. Since as far as I know, you were aspiring to start a podcast, right?
yes, yes.
Yep. So apart from podcast, if we exclude it, is there any hobby or talent which you probably would choose to convert into a career ultimately? And what would that be?
I think we all, as humans, we all have been seeing superheroes in our childhood, right? And when we see those superheroes, we all want to become some or the other superhero, right? If you see Superman, he can do multiple things. He can throw laser, he can fly, he can actually lift heavy things. So we all think that if we have one more talent, what would that be, and what would that can we actually convert it into a profession? So I think for me, it would have been dancing, because since school I have been dancing on stage shows, doing stage shows, dancing in groups, and going into different competitions into dance. But I have never been able to make it or think of it as a profession, because uh, for any creative child, it is very difficult to manifest his life into something that he actually desires, because he has many desires, right? He can create actually anything. So that has been a hurdle for me, because I have been going into this creative problem that every creative person goes, what kind of career should I choose? So so I think dancing would have been my third option that I would have taken, because I love doing dancing, and I've always tried choosing those things that actually gives me more fun rather than thinking of it as a profession, and that has always worked out for me. So I think for any person who really wants to make his third talent a profession, he should choose something that he loves to do, and that automatically and naturally comes from himself. So yeah, I think dancing is something that I'll choose. Yeah.
Great, Paris. So many dancers in the club. Shivani, me, myself, and who else?
Let's make a group.
Yeah, we should do that. We should definitely do that. Okay, Toastmaster Komal, I would like to ask you, let's say since if as Ravish mentioned, if the financial situation is good, then probably he would choose to retire and do all this stuff. Let's say if money was completely out of equation, there was a day when from that day onward, you were not even supposed to think about it at all. How would you like to lead your life forward? And what would be the first, second, or all the important things you would like to do?
Like without money, we if we have to live.
No, I mean you have ample amount of money. It is something which you never have to think about or care about.
Okay, so if like I have ample amount of money, so I live where I'm living. Like currently I'm living in Delhi NCR, so I'll not leave here. I'll go to my hometown. I'll stay there. I'll stay with my parents happily, and I'll do whatever I like the most. Like I'll follow my hobbies. I like to be around the surrounded by the nature, and at my home there is a big garden. So I'll enjoy. I'll do the gardening and everything with my parents. I enjoy the time with them, and travel the world, explore the world everywhere where I want to with my parents, and follow all the dreams, everything that I wanted to pursue, and I want to I'll become a better version of myself, and at the same time I will also take care of my parents, because we have a lot of money and we don't have to think about our money. So I'll do everything that I want inside my heart. Uh, that would I do. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Komal. Yeah. Uh, okay, Toastmaster Savan. So, Savan, I would like to ask you, let's say, you know, since you are working as a data analyst, right? What if you were given a chance to give a lecture at a college, or just like the speech at the Toastmaster, or you were supposed to mentor or arrange, train some of the people around you? Which subject, apart from analytics, would you choose and why?
Thank you, Toastmaster Prateek. It's a tough one, I would say, but all right. So I think if given a chance to give a lecture, apart from my core competencies, I'd like to choose life in particular, I mean, in general. So there has been times where I needed motivation in difficult situations, right? And I think in today's circumstances, many of us go through periods of demotivation, lack of motivation. Stress, depression, and anxiety are all the problems that come because of those things, right? And in my past experience, I think that I have been a good motivator for myself as well as to my friends and my family members. So, if given a chance, motivation is something that I would like to pick, because this is something that is needed for like that everyone needs it, right? You cannot do anything without motivation, be it your work, be it your personal life, anything like that, right? So motivation is the thing that I'm going to pick. uh, Example can be there was an example from my own career, because before transitioning into being a data scientist, I used to be a developer, and I wanted to switch my career, which is not difficult because I had already spent a lot of years working as a developer. So I started my preparation, but it was difficult and I had to work hard. There were times when I felt demotivated a lot, but every time when I used to think that I can't do it, I used to pick myself up and I used to motivate myself so that I can do it. And eventually I was able to do it. So I think if I can do it, anybody else can do it as well. So I would like to share my experience and my knowledge with others so that they can benefit from my experience and they can excel in their life as well. So that's all. Thank you, Toastmaster Pratik. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sawan. I guess I will be the first subscriber if you if you're going to give lecture on that. Yeah, so Toastmaster Rajiv, I would, since you are correct me if I'm wrong, you're working in Nestle from many years, you have a vast experience, right, about your professional life. Given a chance to restart your professional career with the same level of wisdom that you have, which path or profession would you choose and why?
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Toastmaster Pratik, for the question putting in. But I think this will be a repetition of the same, which I believe I have mentioned in the previous session also. So my core passion in terms of the liking is the sports field primarily. You can say football or cricket is my passion. So given a chance to start my professional life again from the scratch, so I would love to pursue the football as a passion. And being a professional footballer, if not the European League, which is there, at least in the domestic competition, which is there, like the Mohan Bagan, East Bengal, or Mohammedan Sporting, which are there. So at least be good enough to play at the club level, or if given a chance to play for my country, so that will be icing on the cake. So that will give me a chance to pursue the passion which I am having, and simultaneously, I would like to contribute to the development of the sport also, to see if I gain the enough experience or the expertise in this particular field. Then I will like to impart that knowledge or the professional experience with the coming youngster generation also, so that we have a good pool of youngster which can represent the country and take the sports to a greater level, to bring laurels for the country and keep the country flag high, because at present football is not that much great representation. It is only the cricket which brings the all the limelight which is there, whether it is badminton, football, or the other athletics sports which are there. Leave apart Neeraj Chopra. So we have a very scarcity in terms of funds and the limelight. So that's it from my side, Toastmaster Pratik and fellow Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajiv. So I think Can we take one more? If we are already above the time for the
Yes, we can take one or two more. Mayank has raised the hand.
yeah Toastmaster Mayank. So Toastmaster Mayank, it on the same line, which the kind of topics which I'm bringing to the table. Let's say, what advice or number of advices would you like to give your 16-year-old self?
Okay. So if I got opportunity, that okay, if I think that okay, if I was on 16 year and someone would give me any direction in life, so what that would be, and I would be giving the same to another young fellow as well. So that advice, that advice would be pursuing your dream, and uh, mm, okay, yeah. So the greatest advice I could give someone is to embrace failure. So generally we avoid failure, and when we hit any roadblock, we drop our weapons. So that is something I faced a multiple time in my life, and now as that moment of this juncture, I can say you that these shitty moments, or the moments where that are hard on me, I whatever worthwhile I have achieved in my career, these all belongs to these not so great moments. So if you are getting these not so moments, so take them as opportunity to learn and grow. So for example, a couple of years back, I got opportunity to say something on an event. The event was my mother's retirement event, and I was speechless. I was on stage and I was not able to utter any word, and I was saying random words, random sentence that doesn't make any sense. So that so at that moment I realized that okay, I am a software developer, software engineer. So yep, it doesn't yeah. So it would be great if I can inculcate some other life skills as well. So these are equally important, and I must say more important than career or profession. So that's why I opted to Toastmasters, and yeah. So and try to learn new skills as well. Yeah, over to you, Toastmaster of Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mayank. Yeah, yeah. It was a tough one indeed, but congratulations, and yeah, for staying at it. So with this, I would like to hand over the stage back to our TM Modi Naveen. Thank you.
Thank you, Pratik. Wonderful job, I would say. And one thing I like most about you, that you knew about the members and you were giving topics according to this only. So this is not that easy, but a wonderful job by you.